Welcome back to Arc Maine. August marks one of the peak months of hurricane season, and right on schedule, we're watching several potential tropical systems.
Yes. Meteorologist Christian Bridges is here to break it all down for us, so we're getting a little active,
That's
dipping our toe
right.
in the water.
Exactly. It was kind of like we hit the 1st of August, and the Atlantic was like, oh, time to wake up.
Wake up,
Yep,
yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, we're watching several areas. We've been watching Tropical Storm Dexter as well, which is out there in the Atlantic. And yeah, we might be tracking our next 2 named storms behind Dexter as well very soon. So we'll have to be closely keeping an eye on everything.
It's like you have the water on the stove and you're starting to see it boiling.
Starting
right?
bubbling
Exactly.
up.
There we
Yes.
go. Yeah,
First
there's
couple
the analogy.
bubbles
Yeah.
are out there as we head now into the 6th day of August
Sixth.
today. Yeah, as we finish up this first 7 days of the month. So here we are, beginning of August, and you can see tropical formation areas are usually starting to be down in the Caribbean, also off the east coast of the U.S., a very common place to see tropical activity this time of year. And as we head through the month, those formation areas quickly expand, and it becomes very, very common to see hurricanes and tropical storms doing that classic curving track off the east coast of the U.S. and also extending down into the Gulf of Mexico. So, of course, we hope they stay out to sea this year, but we can never count on that. So it's always a good time to be prepared as we enter now the peak of hurricane season. So the Atlantic, nothing too concerning at this point, but we are watching several areas that are bubbling. First, we've got Tropical Storm Dexter off in the North Atlantic just to our east. Not going to bring anybody any impacts. It's a very weak storm, and it's moving away from the United States. That first area to watch with the white arrow off the coast of Georgia, Florida, and the Carolinas, that area will be closely watching as it's going to be off to our south. At the very least, there is the potential maybe for some of its remnants to get here next week if it was to turn into a named storm. So we'll have to watch that one, although at this point doesn't look super concerning. And then the area to watch out to closer to Africa, that one might become our first more big storm of the season, but it's likely to stay away from the United States. So let's talk about Dexter first, our active storm. It currently has winds of 45 miles per hour. Nothing impressive about Dexter. It's moving very quickly to the east-northeast, away from the United States, and that's the track it's going to continue to take, likely becoming a remnant as we head into Thursday night and into Friday. So no concern, but it does go to show that we are starting to see that activity picking up. And we're watching 2 areas of development. I'll try to get back to that first one here, but we've got that one area off the coast of Africa that has a 60% chance of becoming our next named storm. And the one off the southeast U.S. coast has a lower chance, but notice it is generally going to move towards the north. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Maybe we'll get a cold front that would push it out to sea before it got to Maine. But sometimes we can get the remnants of these tropical systems, and honestly, we could use some rain. So we'll be watching this as we head through the next week to maybe see some potential rainfall with this. But again, kind of far out in advance, so a little too early to know what this will bring us. But if we do see our next named storm, that name is going to be Aaron, our E named storm. And if we do get a second system to develop, that would be Fernand, our F named storm. So yeah, you guys will see if any of these systems develop, maybe that none of them do, or we could see both of them. So we'll be keeping an eye on it.
All right, more to come.
Yep. And if you've got any weather-related questions you'd like to ask our Weather Authority team, you can always email us at weather@wgme.com.
All right, just ahead.